The third issue is of identity and is very critical. Simply stated, into the seventh decade of its creation, there continues to be a debate over the meaning of a Pakistani identity. A columnist, Khalid Muhammad, wrote in The Nation recently, and I quote, "The world may like to call us Pakistanis, but there are few within the borders of this country that identify by themselves by that moniker. No, many of our citizens are ashamed to call themselves Pakistani, and that is where the problems of this nation start and end. Pakistan is a divided nation, to say the least. We are divided on ethnic, linguistic, political, religious, education, and provincial lines. We gather together under different political flags. We pray in masjids that are 100 feet from each other because of slight differences in the way we practice Islam." Unquote. Defining a Pakistani identity was a critical issue in 1947, and it continues to be today for at least two reasons. First, the geographical areas that came to constitute Pakistan in the east and the west of the Indian subcontinent had never before existed as a single country, and even in the west had not existed as one country. The challenge for the new state was to weld these different identities into one Pakistani identity. Second, the identity had to be different and distinct from India, since Pakistan had been carved out of India. India was a historical entity, but Pakistan, as a newly created country with an unfamiliar name, had to be acknowledged by the world as such. This need for distinctiveness led to the emphasis of an identity that was Islamic, taking its cue from the two-nation theory that I talked about earlier. Pakistani identity thus became based on Islam. The Pakistani professor Wahidur Zaman graphically enumerated this dilemma in these words, and I quote, "If we let go the ideology of Islam, we cannot hold together as a nation by any other means. If the Arabs, the Turks, or the Iranians give up Islam, the Arabs will remain Arabs, the Turks will remain Turks, the Iranians will remain Iranian. But what do we remain if we give up Islam?" And a rhetorical answer was given, "If we are not Muslims, what are we? Second-rate Indians?" Unquote.